Hey all, this is Norsis. Welcome back, and I just paused and stuff that, and back to the any percent cloud only or cloud solo challenge, or so not challenge but solo encounters, except of course the encounters that we need to take and stuff that. And yeah, and this is part 17, so we're on Demon Wall. Demon Wall looks pretty spicy right now. Yeah, okay, she would do it on herself because it was queued up. Let's try and get her up again here. I'm high potioning her though. Because we want, if possible, to keep our bottoms alive here. She will heal her and she will tranquilize herself. So that's the worst thing though. Yeah, that's bad because now, you know, might need to do this to prioritize here though. I used Healing Wind here. Healing Wind will take priority there, so that it's a high chance for close to survive. But the thing is, there's much higher chance that we're gonna die if we don't get her up. We're gonna see how much CC is for first here. High potion hold actually. I'll fix that there. I don't want to use an elixir here if we don't need to. Hopefully we did get enough high potions actually. That's the rush. Oh, this almost dead. Hopefully he doesn't like you start topping the stones already. Okay, he's gonna high potion himself because of that, that's good. But we need another high potion in case he crits. Potion please. Yeah, because if he does multi-drops, we could be dead. Yeah, she's just dead. So that's just what can happen as well here. It's still low damage here, so we can use slash. There we go. Because we are dealing a lot of damage with our limit breaks. Oh fuck, don't we have it? Right, can't afford the white ring right now. Fuck me, man. Fuck me, you're straight up in the asshole. I need fucking white wind now immediately and hope that he doesn't fucking do a slow thing here. Hell, man. Fucking stupid ass. Yeah, that's removes it. Potion. Boom! Counter-attack, haha. That fucking got pretty scary there. You saw that the fucking, like, what was it, 1200 damage on her. Well, you still get 2800 even with them there. That's pretty crazy, and you get gigas on top also, you see, right? So, yeah, read the fucking fortunes, you stupid meow meow. You with this, I understand, I feel the same way too. No. Why don't you read the fortunes? Say that's right, I haven't done in a while, huh? What should I predict? I predict our compatibility. And T-Face is mad, that'll cost exactly 1 day. This isn't good, I can't say it, poor T. It looks good, you're perfect for each other. Right, so the thing is, even Kate's it is used like a controllable puppet and stuff as well, you know, and stuff that's because of course another Kate's it comes along and stuff that's But that just means that he built multiple stuff that is not like anything complicated, right? That he bought backup, you know, if stuff would happen, you know, and stuff that because maybe cloning the party would just restore Kate's it and stuff that's So I wonder if that was the reason they actually made the Kate's it character. They thought about, okay, how are we gonna deal with them getting the black materia out of the Temple of Ancient and stuff that, you know, how are we gonna make that work right and stuff that, okay, we need something that can sacrifice themselves but still come back and stuff that, you know. And then you see, because it becomes black, the temple here now. The temple is like, we was kings. We was kings. And then it does, and then it's like green on the introduced by Robin. 40 bell. There it is. That's the black material. We was kings. I hated how a lot of this is, how they design. You can never get everything in the bottom. That's just absolutely stupid. I wait here. You're fucking with the massive jumps, right? You have to realize how fucking deep this is. As long as we have these separate, cannot use meteor. We need a place with great spiritual power, somewhere special. Oh yeah, the promised land. Oh. Yeah, because that is actually correct. He's actually revealing what the real Sephiroth did, right? That, oh yeah, he's a traveler of the live stream. There's a way to like open the menu here and stuff that you have to block in a certain way or whatever, right? And then there's a certain button on a very certain specific frame. You can press a certain button basically and stuff like that. But so yeah, of the Temple of Ancient, as soon as you start passing against spam triangle or whatever, right? That you just spam it here. Basically, as soon as they start punching here, so you use the max triangle here, basically. Because some of these text is automatic now, I think, if I remember correctly here. So you need to basically be mashing here. It's not yet. Yeah, there we go. If you do that, for example, you can, for example, if you have stuff equipped on her, you can use the move whatever is on her basically at that point. But yeah, you can actually get to save here and stuff like that. You can even do this here. You can, for example, do this. You set up that now, and now he has 1,000. So now back to my same. You can, for example, also go back to ğğóT Omelette at this point as well. It's something you can do as well, because with ğğóT Omelette you get even more strength basically and stuff like that, So, yeah. Oh. Damn. And then she used punch. Shit out of club. The first fight on the streets of the should actually be that. What are you doing? Hot buns. But we just want to do the ğåóT combo battles, like we don't want to go for that Super Bowl anymore and just get the money reward and stuff that from it, you know, and stuff that because the elixir aren't worth anything even if you sell them, if I remember correctly. But yeah, we got lucky there that he never multi-dropped the stones and stuff that we got pretty lucky with that, you know, stuff that. So. Right, and you see right why we needed Phoenix Downs, right? Because keeping more party members alive there means that we make him waste turns, like killing off, for example, like Tifa, or when you resurrect her, for example, like he wastes time doing that, for example, instead of going after Aerith or ğåóT. So we could have kept Aerith probably alive if we would have kept reviving her and stuff like that, yeah. But it's a balance depending on how many Phoenix Downs you want to end up using and stuff like that, because, yeah. And as I said, we need over 1,000 health basically, pretty much. Even though we could probably get Bolt Ring at this point to stop that as well, so yeah. Oh. We must stop that girl as soon as spot 17, by the way. So yeah. Separate already knows. Oh, the mjökers! And you're always put with just Tifa here and Barret and stuff like that, yeah. Oh, and you don't get healed here actually. Oh. I mean, you will get healed up anyway, yeah, you get healed up right here, yeah. So now Barret is level 17 as well, but you can see they still have like really bad equipment, the other characters, but yeah. Now we finally have over 1,000 on the ğğóT. But you saw how useful the nail bat was in that encounter. Basically, that's what they're designed for. I feel like specific for that encounter, but yeah, but as long as you can get away with using less material and stuff, that's when it's good, you know, stuff that, because yeah. But I believe also it's because of the fact that, like for example, Bahamut does more than used, you know. Bahamut does more than use like regular, like non-elemental damage. It's like unblockable damage or something like that is what it's called. So yeah. So now we're here. And now do we go for the ğåóT combo first? Check. We can check now if we have missed any ğåóT combo battles as well. Because I think this would still only be battle 6, right? With ğåóT combo, wouldn't it be only battle 6 this? This would still only be battle... It would still only be battle 6 with ğåóT combo, and yeah, you can see here now also. When you go here, for example, you can see that it's just runes here now. Yeah, there's just a hole where that thing should be. You can actually go back here, by the way. There's sadly nothing here. Like, it would have been cool if they did something here. Stuff that oh, something happened here if you would go back, and stuff that, like, you know. Because that's crazy, man. But the question is technically then, where is the white materia from? Like the one that Earth supposedly she got it from her mother and stuff that, but you know, how did she get it? Like, did that quote-unquote technically come from the promised land or something? You know, is the question goes, obviously. But yeah, so let's go to Fort Condor. And do we do a setup here? Maybe we do, but we don't need to do that much of a setup. We used counter attack, we long range, we luck plus, we steal, we sense, death blow, we enemy skill, and then we restore. Oh. Now we use that on highest fire and lightning, just so they can level up. I could otherwise just go triple Ifrit here. Actually, let's go with that triple Ifrit. Let's go with this setup here, and you can see now we're actually lower than 1000 with that setup. So, yeah. So do that and tranquilize Claude. So we have 43 high potions left. And what did we get? We got 60, I think, and we have 17 Phoenix Downs. So the question is, do we leave them in here? So Barrett is... yeah, he's way closer. He's actually pretty far away. So it's pretty far away, so yeah. And she's pretty far away. So technically it's better to have Red 13 in here instead of Tifa. Because Tifa is far away. So Barrett and him is closer. That's good because you can see she's at that. She needs 1170. He needs 1360. Of course, so you see that he needs way more XP to level up and stuff like that. And there's Sid. Which of course has way better equipment by far and stuff like that, having spear and stuff like that, yeah. See first, of course, obviously. So we're saving this slot here. Yeah, let's go. Let's go and check if they say that we missed an encounter. If we have missed an encounter, that means that it was an encounter directly after the date, because I didn't even think about doing the whole encounter and stuff that. After that, you know. Because, and yeah, the fact that it will tell you also as well. There wasn't anything else we can sell right now, or technically we can sell the workload at this point. Yeah. When you have ribbon now, for example, like all the other status tests that we can get is completely unnecessary, which is really good. And this also means, of course, that you get the whole benefit of, like, yeah, your sadness cannot be removed. Attack with that would inflict fury. That is still so annoying, man. That you actually can. Yeah, they have attacked one time since you were here. Yeah, so the fact that they say that, for example, means that would have been like encounter number 6, I believe. Or was it encounter number 7? I forgot the number we're at even at this point. But it's bad because normally you do this all for the Super Bowl and stuff that, and then on disc 2 you can get the elixir, of course. It's not actually the only encounter we can get. After you know when I head back for the Condor, and then you have high one, but not with there, and then go to Fort Condor, And then it's the final concept of that. The way you get rid of that is to defeat the actual defeat the actual boss and stuff like that. Because a lot of people say that only Imperial Guard is just crap and stuff like that. And that's just if you're counting like stuff like Misty Island stuff that, that's how broken it is. Item reduced, actually reduced. I think we can also use the attack it now and basically kill that. Because you should only have 2k health if it's the same one. It's a bit weird, like why would it keep sending the same weak one and stuff that, Yeah. Because it's still only 2400 there. But yeah, the fact that it's 2400 each time is actually pretty decent. So we have missed 2400 once. So we have missed out on 2400 once we have. So. And I forgot if there were anywhere where the buggers was. So maybe it would have actually worked on all the dragons or on the things. Yeah. Of course, the encounters, by the way, with the eyeball yellow enemy wouldn't have given us anything, by the way. So yeah, stuff that. But yeah, but you can see why the nail bat was important there. Like we would have dealt also very good damage with Yoshiyuki, but not as high and stuff that, meaning that that encounter would have been way more deadlier and stuff that, And stuff that, yeah. So now, this is not the setup that we're gonna go for against the Nova, by the way. So we arrange here. We sneeze a bunch of times. Yeah, maybe we will just make this shorter and stuff that, We'll see. But yeah, because now we're pretty much done with everything. Now the only thing that is left is to go and fight Genovas. Stuff that, yeah. That's the only thing that's left. Stuff that which is useful, yeah. Only thing that's left is to go and fight the Nova. And yes, we could get a bunch of enemy skills now, I believe. Stuff that if we want to, but yeah. But yeah, normally, oh man, I should have checked. I mean, if we do go and do this now, I think we need to, man. I think we need to. But I'm gonna save and I'm just gonna reload if this isn't useful here. If this isn't useful, then because we need a buggy to do this. Why the fuck is the buggy parked over there? Huh? What? The buggy got moved. That is definitely like a buggy got moved situation. So why was the buggy moved? I did not park it there because remember right that I had parked it, that we have changed where it was parked, and we didn't like load the old thing again, right? That we had parked it like here, where the thing is. So I'm guessing when this gets moved, when this gets moved, basically off the Temple of Ancient there and stuff that, then you wake up Nikon Gaga, then that somehow moves this. But why would it move specifically like up here and stuff that? Like why would it be moved like that? That maybe means that Claude doesn't spawn in Nikon Gaga originally. and they must like transport it or whatever, or something like that, you know, or you know. That's interesting though. Yeah, we need to save like the black area, but it doesn't give it out. You see, yeah. Right, because there's no other way to quote-unquote reach the old man, because I really want the bolt ring, by the way. We really want the bolt ring, because the bolt ring, if we can get the bolt ring basically, then yeah. And the thing is, of course, if I remember correctly, right, because elemental materia, I think, right, that for example, like you don't need to have more stars on the elemental. If, for example, you have Fire 3, I believe it is, then you can get the absorb effect. If you, for example, have Fire 2, for example, if you have Fire 2 learned, I believe, for example, if you have Fire 2 here, as an example, then if you have Fire 2, you can actually get, you can actually, instead of a halving, because you see here, basically, so it's half, and then it's invalid, then it's absorbed, that is the strongest one, and the strongest one of course requires Fire 3, but on summons it's a bit slightly different, if I remember correctly, that on summons it's technically easier, stuff that to get the effect, stuff that of the elemental, but yeah. And this is just also to check, like, okay, like how many encounters are we away from it and stuff that, you know, because, you know, yeah. Let's actually go and sell the work glove then. Sell the work glove. So nail bat is worth 1400, your Suki is worth 2100. So yeah, the nail bat is worth selling by the way, but yeah. The fact that we still have small autos left are pretty good actually, but yeah. Oh. But yeah, you know what, we can just become immune with claw to all of her attacks and stuff that, and then just attack her to death, basically. And keep in mind, basically, it's like you need enough encounters, right, and stuff that, but I don't know why, for example, it seems like we cannot get bolt ring now and stuff that, like, if it's a bug, if it's like, is it something else? Because I thought that it was still that you have to have the two last numbers be the same in order to get the lightning ring and stuff that, right? But it needs to be like an uneven number or whatever it is, but yeah. But I felt like we got uneven at one point, that we grinded up for it to be an uneven number, right? And we didn't give us it. But maybe you have to have in the mithril first. Maybe that's the thing, that it's always mithril first. But I'm pretty certain that I remember getting bolt ring and stuff that first as well, so yeah. I don't think the shop is updated yet. Just double checking here. You start the crappy weapons. I mean, we could technically otherwise just get the crappy weapons if we want to use to have like a full list of weapons and clone and stuff that gets here. Yeah, and the reason why you need so much health is specific for the schizo fight. But yeah, on the schizo, you need to probably be using the Aurora Omelette to get like to drain call attacks. And then the Fire Ring could remove its Fire Head and stuff that, and then or Bolt Ring, whatever, right, and stuff that, because yeah. You will also have gotten the Fire Omelette, I believe, at that point as well, so yeah, so you know. 86 times. Wow. Oh, so we only need 2 battles. Right, so I knew that there was something that was good about, you know, doing less battles. And keep in mind that if we would have survived the eye battles there, we would have quote been at 87, right? So we're at 86 now. And then it's going to be 87 here. This is going to be 87. Wow. Okay, so that's going to be 87, it's going to say. It doesn't say sometimes. I don't know why he doesn't say sometimes and stuff that, you know. But I thought that there was a point when we grinded up to 88 here and then we used to reset it or whatever, you know. Maybe it was 85, so then we would need one more after this. Pork. Oh, oops. Not times 3 speed. That's good. Now that's the bolt ring. That's great. That was actually very, very good because remember right when we would have needed to wait 11 like encounters here and stuff, that's yeah. So nullifies lightning attacks, nullifies fire. So we have bolt ring and fire ring. There is no ice ring, I don't think, anywhere and stuff that, you know. You already fought 88 times. And then the fact that you can keep track of escaping is actually specifically for Chocobuckle and stuff that's it. Of course, we don't want to recruit Yuffie yet. To disc 2 because of course the train section can be a bit annoying. Not gonna lie. I think it should still be alive. Because I think it's technically the thing that I've still not created that takes it out. Mr. Dolphin, best side character. The Adventures of Mr. Dolphin. Yeah, and you don't need to pay the cargo ship on the way back either and stuff that, you know, it's just when you're going from Costa del Sol to the other thing, but yeah. But I definitely thought at some point that they had planned to have like the helipad there on that allow you to like fly between maybe some other towns and stuff that, you know. It would have made sense at least that you would have been able to fly to see like the gold saucer or something like that would have made sense actually. And I still don't know why that sound bug sometimes happens and stuff like that, yeah. But now we basically got everything we can have at this point. That's like except for shit ton of cast of course because we haven't mastered anything because we haven't focused on just using double materials like weapons and stuff like because yeah. Instead yes, the regular armlet is very helpful as well and stuff like that, but of course yeah. And this is of course for the submarine later on and stuff like that because yeah. Now sadly of course if it like I believe well technically there's another way to get to the red submarine that doesn't require you to lose the thing by the way. And it's the glitch that you can do, the whole elevator glitch thing that you can do. And I believe it's on the way down to the underwater reactor where you can do the glitch basically because then you can set it up to make it think that you're on another disk, I believe. And it doesn't require the area skip if I remember correctly. Or like the disk 1 skip to set up the glitch. It has to do with the elevator basically. The one down to the underwater reactor itself, like not the one that you ride on first where all people on it, but the other one. Basically you enter the screen and you exit or whatever it is that you do, but yeah. Imagine if there could be a way to get them both at the same time on the thing or whatever, right? Because because if you could stack them in the same thing so that you could bring it on the water, then you could actually make it into medial. But there are also some other things that you could make it to, because if you could bring this to the shore here, remember that it can. I mean, technically it cannot ride around on. Like, why do I keep thinking that it can ride around on like light water like this when it cannot and stuff like that? But yeah. But it would have needed to have been a chocobo otherwise and stuff like that you somehow could, And I believe now technically you could also earn bounty line at this point, by the way. So, how much time can we record? Okay, 36 minutes. Alright, we should actually save here before we do this. Because I definitely want to reload if we fuck this up here. But and the shop doesn't change here, it's still Diamond Bangle and the room omelet and stuff like that, And it should always be up here at a certain very specific location. I think it's always on the left side, right? It's not on the side. But normally you can use the dig where it's supposed to be and stuff that, like, you don't need to order the searches at all. But let's just do it the old-fashioned way instead, But you can also quote-unquote search for it in the correct location and still don't get it. And normally the area for the quote-unquote Luna AP is supposed to be huge and stuff like that, but I don't know if it is still some sort of bug that is in the game that sometimes, that sometimes it can be over here for some stupid reason or just like stuff that which shouldn't be possible, but so yeah. I think that's it, right? And then trigger explosion. And then they will face. So, but he's here. He is like here. That is like there to do, so where they meet. So would that be where they meet first? If you go from this guy and if you go like so. I think this is where they would meet. Just because if you take from this guy, when does it meet division? That's when it meets. I think that's it. Sometimes it's not exactly there, but the area should be huge enough that you should get it even if you're within that place there. Yeah, keep them out. There we go. Good. An instrument used to wake the sleeping forest. Just now, Girl in Pink and a Man in Black went in. And because they didn't need the Luna harp. The sleeping forest awoke. Not the sleeping forest is not woke, goddammit, yeah. And this is funny because this is technically like an opening this thing here, but it doesn't actually lead anywhere and stuff like that, if I remember correctly. So yeah, so we get the water ring, of course. Couple. Rains water attacks, which is weird, right? Because it's not like the fire and bolt which nullifies. This is actually the rainwater. I think we might actually want Giga attacks and stuff like that, It depends how long we want the counter to take. Do 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 new. And we're almost done with this one, and this basically is where you would get if you cloud surf directly after Midgar. Basically, you can do it, but you need the chocobo lure, you need the chocobo, and you need to do very specific positions. Basically, it's like you're drawing a certain thing. Basically, you're drawing a certain thing so that you remove like collisions and stuff. That basically, because there's a limited amount of stuff that can be in the memory at once. I think it has to do with that it's a limited amount of memory basically, because it cannot paint the whole entire map all at once, because that's why you see things pop in and out basically and stuff. That's that's what one of saves are. You get magic sauce here. I'm not going to use it yet though, because I think there are several things we can pick up here, and this is where the Aurora armlet should be. Correct? Yeah. And it's down here. Aurora armlet, correct. Yes, Aurora. It's a drains cold attacks, which is less slots. But you can see it's absolutely massive. Yeah, all of these have the massive 8% defense percentage. It's not that, but it has way less slots. Yeah, that's drains cold attacks. And stuff that, and then you can combine this, for example, with firing, with bolt ring. Bolt ring is its final attack, which I think is why we need over 1000 health basically. Now, of course, bolt ring you might say makes you safer and stuff that, because eventually he starts to, because basically alternate between using fire and ice. But then of course the head that you want to kill first is the head that you're not immune to basically, pretty much. So, yeah. And you need to steal from it also, because you steal, what is it? Is it protecting or is it reflecting that you steal from him? Actually, let's go here first. Even though you need to go here later normally and stuff like that. So yeah, we go here. Forgotten capital, forgotten city. And this music is done in a very, very unique way. This is normally, of course, where you go to actually face, life. Right, and this is where the path is down, but it's not active when it's not night. But you can go already here and pick up combat materia. Combat materia is also like one of those super materials. It has the 5% max. Here uses, for example, like Time has, like Destruct has, like what is it else? Revive has it as well. But yeah, but combat of course is non-elemental magic. So it's basically like think Meteor, the ultimate destructive magic, but weaker versions and stuff like that. So yeah. Which is why it calls Meteor Rain, because Meteor is what it was called in Final Fantasy IV basically. But that's what's kind of do to make mistranslation and stuff like that. But it's basically that Toilet casts actual meteor spell, which is absolutely insane. Meaning, like is he an ancient? I mean, that kind of makes sense, right? He has glasses, he has the beard and stuff like that. And the main problem, of course, is that he gets locked to only have like 99 MP or something like that, which is actually really, really bad, because he does have some powerful spells. But then, of course, you find out that, oh, he survived casting Meteor or whatever, which is weird. But you cannot go here, of course. Oh, actually, wait. And you can actually go here, by the way, to actually see this here, by the way, because this is important. Because when you go in here, you get to see this very specific angle, or you can see that, okay, there is something funky with this, like, why is this like going up like this, like why is this like so, like the way it is, stuff like that. So you figure out that something is weird about that, Like you're meant to see that the first time you go here, that you're meant to see like, okay, why is that road leading up there and stuff like that, You're meant to take notice of that, and stuff that. I mean, like, hang on, what is this? I forgot, this is the bottom one that we need to use, or is it the top one? Because we can choose not to rest, right? Correct. Yes. But this is when we need to go. This is a source, I think. FPS guard sauce. You're getting so many packages of sauce that you use it, you're like yum 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 yum. You get some guard sauce. Some magic sauce, that's basically. Like fucking this fucking barbecue sauce makes me so strong raw. Lord, stop eating all the barbecue sauce. So let's keep it in the back actually. Whoa. Did we do the setup already? Yes. Let's. Do we care about leveling up the materia though? Is the question. Right, because otherwise we gigas omelet and then we nail that. Basically otherwise. And then we go long range. I don't think counterattack would work even though death blow. And then we combat. Actually, we skip long range because we can use being the front row. It doesn't matter. We go ğğóT here because I think we can afford casting both. I think we can, right? We can cast both pajamas. We can cast pajamas. Haha, we go pajamas. I mean, right, because casts, what is casts? If I was lighting, yeah. Actually, maybe ğğóT is not worth casting. I thought ğğóT did a huge damage though. I mean, otherwise we should. That depends on do we use remove death blow. Like do we go because we don't have another one. We technically need to equip. We would need to equip the barrier because we would want more MP basically. So can we cast both? Because combat is only 70 MP, so we could cast combat twice. We could cast Bahamut is 100. ğğóT is 110. We need 210 AP. We only have 203 AP or 203 MP. We can both Bahamut and ğğóT. And we don't have any turbo ethers. But that's a bit of an issue actually. I would really want to cast that though, but if we say equip like destruct here, that gives us 212, okay. So do we use death blow here then after that? We use death blow. We use more dark luck plus and with death blow, yeah we do, I think. So this setup should allow us to cast both, but then we still cannot cast combat if we do that. Actually, before we do anything, let's actually head back. Because we have the setup now at least. We have the water ring, we have the Gigas Omelet to give us more strength. You can see some massive strength boost there, 72 strength now. And 42 attack with nail bat. And we are going to cast Bahamut followed by ğğóT, so 100 plus 110. Just 210, which means that we can afford it. And the only reason why we can afford it is because of that, of course, obviously. Yeah, but if you, for example, if you put time here, you could get a little bit more MP as well and stuff like that if you would equip time here instead. But you need, for example, you need 70 for barrier or for combat. So it is very expensive. So right, so I'm thinking about maybe getting some ethers at this point. But we don't want to go with too many ethers because the thing is, right, organics is pretty expensive to get, and that's of course the only weapon that we're gonna get, of course, obviously, because organics is really good for ğğóT. So that's, yeah, I'm going with that, yeah. And I'm pretty certain we could buy ethers here actually and stuff like that, because yeah. If we cannot buy ethers, then we used to have to cast Behemoth and cast ğğóT and then basically use attack after that. Stuff like that. And then ğğóT we use to remove combat because then there would be no reason to have combat. No, we still need to have combat. Because otherwise we wouldn't be able to afford it MP wise. No. I hope that we didn't. I hope that didn't cost money just choosing it and stuff like that, because I think it's the diggers that you need to hire for it to actually cost stuff. I hate that it's the first option there. Yes, you can get the ethers. Just 4 ethers, I think, is going to do it actually here, because, yeah, you know. Because I don't want to spend too much, because I know, here's the thing, right, I know organics is expensive, and you have to hope that, for example, that because, yeah, you know, it's going to give you quite a lot as well, and it's going to give you an absolute massive thing that's really, really good if you want to quote-unquote grow materia, because it has a lot of slots on it. I always thought that this was possibly something, because it looks like there's something purple here. Like it's just stationary, but it's just right here, basically, something purple. Esque. But will we have enough time to fight, you know, is the question. Because hopefully we still get that save, the disc to save or whatever, because yeah, because otherwise the other part is just going to be very short. The other part is just going to be then getting to the... Yes, and about Gigasamlet. Gigasamlet is, of course, Gigases are, of course, they called giant style thing. You can technically say that Titan is a Gigas. It could technically be correct, depending on how you say things, because yeah. And we get an elixir, which is good. It gives us back, so we at least have 1 elixir. Let's rest a bit, I'm tired. Yes, let's get some rest. And all separate is here, he has a piece. I feel it. What is it? And behind there is the enemy skill. That's where you get enemy skill. Right, but we already have Aqualung on 2 of them. But how are you supposed to get Aqualung otherwise? Right, don't you fucking need this Aqualung here? But because you cannot use down enemy skill, you cannot use the enemy skill and then just cast Aqualung on the enemy skill that doesn't have it. I think even if you're immune, right, it should still give you it. I think maybe, I don't remember if it did or not. But yeah, but the tranquilizer, boom. Sadness, profound sadness. Go with long range, of course, because we don't need long range. We can use the quick front row. And sadly, there is no way to skip, by the way. You can actually, quote-unquote, exit, by the way. You can actually, quote-unquote, leave at this point, by the way. Which is interesting, yes, you can even go out on the world map and stuff that, you know, as you can see. And it's still nighttime here, so yeah. So I don't know if there's technically anything you could do with this, that you can set up the nighttime here and stuff that, like if there's anything you could, quote-unquote, do with it and stuff that, you know. I don't really remember. And of course, you get one of the best armors in the game for this, like, or what I consider to be one of the best armors. And it's like really, really bad against physical, but the thing is, it's like really good against magical, which of course didn't work back in the day and stuff like that. But the thing is also, it gives you very, very high. It's just Giga's armor, it gives you a shit ton of strength. This gives you a shit ton of magic and stuff. That is what the wizard bracelet gives you. A wizard bracelet also gives you, I believe it's 8 slots, correct? Or 6 slots? So yeah, you might say about fucking, you know, Dragonomic gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Banger of course gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can of course steal more dragon armlets, or you don't steal it, you get it from the blue dragons in. Go over here, and then for example, if you go all the way over here, you can actually see her and stuff that. But there's no, like, Claude doesn't do any sort of comment there and stuff that from above, you know, and stuff that's, yeah. And we say. And only level 23 now. And I believe, you know, by quote-unquote life is actually level 50, I think. Maybe level 70 even. Or between level 50 and level 70, I know at least, so yeah. And I always used to think that those were supposed to be the levels you were supposed to be at, because, yeah. I forgot exactly the way you need to hold it, like here, you know, instead, because, yeah, it's actually easier to do with the D-pad. You need to actually hold left there when you're on that platform, which is weird. I think you can just almost hold left all the way there to be like, oh yeah. Claude needs to do some slicing, haha. I'm sure that I like to slice people's legs. Please stop that, Churchill, like. And the music becomes weird here, like it didn't sound like this on the original here with the whole stuff that, you know. And also just, yeah, with this sound here and stuff like that was how it sounded on regular televisions back in the day, because yeah. Maybe it was that the sound was so bad that it didn't produce the hertz values required to hear all of the sound, you know, and stuff like that, because, yeah. And then Sephiroth fucked up. Of course, didn't he know that that was holy and stuff? That is the question, right? Doesn't he know that that's holy materia? Or that's the ultimate white magic, basically. So that's it. So technically, that makes it so that technically it's the ultimate black magic is what quote-unquote meteor is, you know. And not use the ultimate destructive magic, it's like black magic, because of course white magic is like healing and stuff like that, you know. Shit, my white witch. And anyway, I'll see you all in the next part, which is going to be part 18, number 7.